Oh boy, time now for another episode of Mr. Nailsin's Wednesday Comics. And once again, the Green Goblin, because I just don't have time to get into any other comics. So this is what I got. So it's the third appearance of the Green Goblin. And this was a story titled The Goblin and the Gangsters. So it's about the Goblin and some gangsters. Yeah. And there's Spider-Man. And there's his pumpkin bombs. And of course, like the last time was the first introduction of his Batwing bug. And continuing on. Later on, they make designs to seem like it could possibly work. I don't know about this, but hey, you know, good enough. Oh, dedicated to the new breed of Marvel reader. Well, that's nice. Okay, so what's the dealio? I mean, like, he's like he floats around on it and stuff like that. And that, but here it's almost as if is he gonna walk with it between his legs? He just hadn't gotten out of the stirrups yet. Anyway, everyone enjoys a fast-moving cops and robbers story. And when you throw in a costume superhero, a colorful supervillain, and the marvelous Marvel Manor, it's got to be good. Want proof? Just take a look. You must be nuts, Goblin. I ain't letting you or anyone else take over my gang. Now hit the road, mister, while you still can. Dig that corny costume. Yeah.
But under my leadership, we could take over every racket in this city.
Look, no one muscles in on Lucky Lobo's mob, see? Now, to prove I ain't kidding, my boys will just throw you out. Get 'em! It'll be a pleasure, Lucky. But, oh, look, that's why he was already in. But now this up to here. But anyway, he leaps up immediately.
But you forgot one thing. The pleasure will be all mine.
His pumpkin bomb.
I'd better leave now before some of you hurt yourselves. After all, when I take over, I'll want you in good condition to work for me. Think it over, Lucky. Next time I visit you, I won't let you off so easy.
Look, it's the Green Goblin. Yep, that's him. All right, we'll skip ahead. Now I remember, it's Frederick Foswell, the big man. He must be out of jail now. Yeah, so he was a leader of a criminal gang called the Big Man. And they got out of jail, and, well, J. Jonah decided to give him a second chance and hire him. What made you hire him back again, Mr. Jameson?
Because I believe in forgiveness, charity, and brotherly love. Besides, it'll be good for my public relations. It'll build up my image as a lovable do-gooder.
The old phony. His smile is as warm and friendly as a rattlesnake.
Now then, Parker, what are you doing here? Did you bring me any exciting exclusive news photos?
Afraid not, Mr. Jameson. I just dropped by to see Betty Brant.
You did you? What do you think this is, a Lonely Hearts Club? I haven't time to waste talking to every fool teenager who comes in off the street.
At least I know he's the real J. Jonah Jameson. Oh, there's Betty now. Hi, Bet. How about a movie tonight?
Sorry, Peter. I'll probably have to work late because of our extra editions about the Green Goblin.
Oh, that's too bad. Why doesn't she mention that letter from Ned Leeds? Anything else new lately?
Why, no, I guess I must lead a rather dull life, Peter.
I know Ned also. You'd think she'd have mentioned hearing from him. Perhaps there's more between them than I thought. Okay, Bet. I'll check with you later.
So long, Peter. Oh, dear. I forgot to tell him about Ned's letter. Well, it's too late now. I'll mention it to him some other time.
Meanwhile, as Pete leaves the building,
there's Foswell acting real chummy with a shady-looking character. He might just be on the trail of a story. Then again, it could be something more than that. At one time, people thought Foswell was the Green Goblin. But he wasn't. Bloop, bloop.
"You? How dare you disturb me here, Foswell?"
I thought you'd want to see this right away, Mr. Jameson. I got it from a stoolie, a complete list of Lucky Lobo's secret finances. I did this to prove to you that I'm on the up and up now. This info is enough to put Lucky out of circulation for good.
Quick, let me see it. Good work, Foswell. A scoop like this will put my paper on the map, and it'll cement my reputation as a crusading, public-spirited citizen.
I thought you'd like it. A short time later at police headquarters.
"This information you've given us about Lucky Lobo is just what we need to bring him to trial. You've been a great help, Mr. Jameson." "I just did what any brave, upstanding citizen would do, gentlemen."
So far, so good. Everything is going exactly as I've planned. But this is only the beginning.
"Alert the Special Forces Squad. Follow Operation R for raid. I want every one of the places on that list closed up and all the financial records impounded. If the mayor decides to give me a citation at City Hall, I'll try to be my usual modest self. I wouldn't want people to think my successes are going to my head."
And now back to Peter Parker again. My costume's dry at last. I did a pretty good job on it. It's real clean and sweet smelling. Gee, I'm beginning to sound like a guy in a TV soap commercial. Well, it would have been a good product placement and sponsor, but anyway. Hey, check out my ass. This is the life. Now I feel like $1,000,000. And between the Green Goblin, Frederick Foswell, and Lucky Lobo's mom, there should be plenty of fun and games ahead for me tonight. Yeah, we'll do this. All right. Finally, when all the smoke is cleared,
Don't just stand there. Rush him."
This is one for the books. I come charging in to help the Goblin, but he ducks out, leaving me to face Lucky's muscle men by myself. Oh, well, live and learn.
"We'll all tackle him at once. After we polish him off, we'll claim it was self-defense."
That's it, you unsuspecting fools. Fight to the finish. When you're done, the Green Goblin will be the real winner. I'll be happy to oblige you, gents, but let's put those blasters away. After all, you wouldn't want to disturb your neighbors, would you?
"Oh, look out for his whipping." "Too late. Come on, we don't need our rods. We can..."
Sorry to interrupt, chum, but it makes me nervous to have people talking behind my back. It's getting kind of stuffy down here. Why not join me up here where there's more room?
"Grab him, Mike."
How silly of me. I forgot that you fellas aren't able to swing on the ceiling. What a pity. I wish you boys would be more careful. You're liable to skin my knuckles with those hard chins of yours. Bloop, bloop, bloop. No, it's still going.
"All right, put him down real slow. No tricks now."
I knew they wouldn't think to look at the ceiling where my webbing is suspended. It'll fall any second.
"What are we waiting for? Nobody outside can hear these shots from in here." "Hey, what's going on? Something falling on us. Look out." "It was a trap. He had his webbing all over us on the ceiling. Duck, don't let it stick to you." "Too late. Here it comes." "It trapped the others, but I'm still in the clear. Stay back, Spider-Man. I'm warning you."
You're warning me? That's like Mickey Mouse warning King Kong. Wait, stop, don't! Let's make a deal. I'd rather team up with you than the Goblin. What do you mean? What do you mean, talk, Lobo? You mean you don't know? You don't know the reason I've been fighting the Goblin? The papers say he's trying to help the police to get the goods on you. Sure he is, but he only wants... Oh, only because he wants to take over my mob. With me out of the way, he figures he can be the boss of the underworld. So that's what it is, eh? It's pretty clever of him. Well, I guess. The papers write him up like a hero. The police think he's helping them. And he even fooled me. Except he's already been established as a menace, hadn't he? Well, all he really wants is to take over the rackets himself. Yeah, he's the Green Goblin. That's what he does. So he goes after the Green Goblin, and, well, they're at it again. After the day, you'll never interfere in any of my plans. Why? Did you decide to go straight? No, I decided to finish you for good. Well, you won't do that. Won't do it that way. Boy, the way you go around wasting those little bombs of yours, you must get them wholesale. Here, let me do the honors for a while. Good. I was hoping you'd do that. I've always wanted to trap you with your own overrated weapon. You made the biggest mistake of your life when you decided to battle the Green Goblin again. Boy, and you said I gab a lot. I think you're trying to beat me by talking me to death. Hey, that hurts my feelings. Well, he beats him and everything, so it's fine. Meanwhile, nothing more I can do as Spider-Man for a while. I'd better change back to Peter Parker again. And perhaps I'd better give Aunt May another ring. I still want to stop at Jameson's office before going home. A busy signal. I guess she's talking to a neighbor. Well, I'll call later. Then, reaching the office of J. Jonah Jameson, Peter overhears, "Your information was helpful to the police, Boswell. It looks as though Lucky Lobo will be behind bars for a long, long time. Just wanted you to know." I'm glad, Mr. Jameson. Boswell's tip was responsible for the police getting the goods on Lucky, and the Goblin wanted Lucky out of the way. Is there some connection between the two of them? Boswell's a lot smarter than he seems. In fact, he might be a threat to my secret Spider-Man identity, if he ever suspected that the pictures I sell to Jonah are really taking my Spidey. I mean, a lot of people should have figured it out by now. That just goes to show that Jameson is quite the idiot. I'd better be extra careful from now on. Oh, are you here again? It's about time you brought me some more photos, Parker. I don't keep you around because I like your looks. You have any for me? No, Mr. Jameson. I've been kind of busy lately. The Goblin's flying all over town. Lucky Lobo and his mob were just caught and are awaiting trial. It's been the biggest week for crime news in months, but you're too busy to take any pictures. I never looked at it that way before. Too bad you disappointed him about those pictures, Peter. Well, lots of people disappoint other people, Betty. What do you mean by that? Oh, nothing. Skip it. Miss Brand, have you nothing better to do than talk to this has-been photographer? We don't have a newspaper to publish around here. Oh, yes, sir, Mr. Jameson. I'll be right there. I gotta go anyway. When will you call me, Peter? Soon as I get a chance. She still hasn't mentioned that letter from Ned Leeds. There's Foswell, waiting outside the building again. What am I so jumpy about? Why do I get nervous every time I see him? Hope Aunt May wasn't worried about me. I thought I'd get home earlier. I'm home, Aunt May, and I'm hungry as a bear. Yeah, it always makes her happy when I'm hungry. She loves to see me eat. Uh-huh. I wonder where she is. She wasn't downstairs. Maybe she's lying down. I hope she doesn't feel ill. Aunt May, are you here? Not a sign of her. But then, minutes later, to Pete's relief,
Hello, Peter dear. Didn't you see my note? I left a TV dinner for you in the refrigerator. I went next door to Mrs. Watson's for a visit. Do you feel all right, dear? You look a bit peaked.
Oh, no, I'm fine, Aunt May, just fine. But then, in the privacy of his room, as the evening shadows lengthen, what's come over her? Why am I... Oh, over me. Why am I so edgy? My school grades are still tops in the class. Aunt May has been feeling fit as a fiddle. Betty probably just forgot to mention Leeds's letter. I would have beaten the goblin if I hadn't run out of web fluid. And yet, I have a strange feeling, a feeling of foreboding, as though some terrible danger is waiting just around the corner. Oh, boy, I'm really out of it. Poor Peter Parker. Even though there's nothing to worry about, he worries about that. But this time, his fears may be justified. For the future does hold many grim dangers and startling surprises for him. And you'll share them with him beginning next issue. Well, no, you won't. So till then, face front and don't wear your costume until it's good and dry. So anyway, a sense of foreboding, after encountering the Green Goblin because of what the Green Goblin leads to for Spider-Man overall. But it's all interesting, especially with Ned Leeds being mentioned about what happens way, way, way down the road. So, that's more of the Goblin. And then here's a little poster they gave you and all the other villains that he's had to deal with, including him. Oh, look at that. Oh, no. So anyway, there we go. Another episode of Green Goblin as... Well, he gets his goblin strength, and he puts on his costume, and he's got his cool flying back glider. And what does he do with it? He just wants to rule a mobster gang. But he's out of his mind, so that explains that.